A lot of times, people, you got to strike out to hit your home runs in life. You got to strike out to hit your home runs in life. You have to be willing to fail in order to succeed. Just because something don't work out the first time, the second time, the third time, why you gonna quit? You know, quitting has never done nothing for anybody, but except when they get older, they talk about I should have stayed in this, I should have kept doing this. And when you quit, like I was just saying in the other video a couple of days ago, you lose out. But sometimes you got to strike out to be willing to hit these home runs. Now, you might not be a baseball player. You might not be a basketball player. You might not be a lawyer, a doctor, whatever it is. But whatever your goal is, don't give up on it. You got to be willing to strike out to hit your home runs. Now, oftentimes, a lot of people talk about the great Babe Ruth. And Babe Ruth hit about, what was it, 714 home runs. But you don't hear about how many times he had to strike out to get to those home runs. Y'all just walk with me for a minute. The great Babe Ruth struck out a total of 1,330 times in regular season games. And he struck out probably 30 times in the World Series. But in spite of all the striking out that he did, he still hit 714 home runs. Why? Because he didn't give up. Though he striked out, but he still ranked up there and hitting the home runs. What are you saying, JT? You got to keep running your race. You got to keep running your race. You know Thomas Edison teachers told him that he was stupid to learn anything. And we all know who Thomas Edison is. But his teachers told him, you too stupid to do anything and learn anything. Matter of fact, Thomas Edison was fired from his first two jobs for being non-productive. But as an inventor, Edison made about 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing that light bulb. He went through some things, but he still invented that light bulb. One time when the reporter asked, how did it feel to fail 1,000 times? You know what Thomas Edison said? I didn't fall 1,000 times. I didn't fail 1,000 times. He said the light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. I like that. See, those things don't work out. A lot of people give up on the first time. Matter of fact, let's talk about Ford dealership. Let me talk about Henry Ford for a minute. Do you know Henry Ford failed and went broke 5 times before he succeeded? But now look at how many Ford dealerships we got around now. Look at how many Ford cars and trucks are out now. You got to be willing to fail in order to succeed. But there's too many people want everything handed to them. Well, you got to put in work. A lot of people didn't know this about Michael Jordan. Don't you know Michael Jordan failed over and over again in his life? That's why he succeeded. You know Michael Jordan was cut from the high school basketball team. But we saw what happened to Mike in the long run. Look at Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis said one time he won the gold medal for running and doing a long jump, and I believe around 1996. Carl Lewis said you got wins and loses or losses on the way. He said I don't take neither one of them too seriously. Because when you lose, you should learn from it. I heard Steve Harvey say this also. He said I don't know how many times I failed to get to where I'm at. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite, greatest actors from the old school is Sidney Poitier, who Denzel remind me of the way he act. Sidney Poitier, in his first audition, you know what the casting directors told him? Man, stop wasting your time with us and go become a dishwasher or something. That's what they told Sidney Poitier. But we see how successful he was. And I want to tell each and every one of y'all who don't have a degree, especially when we talk about music, just because you don't have a degree don't mean you can't be successful. We can go on and on naming folks and who went through struggles. But my question to you is, how many times are you willing to strike out before you hit your home run? How many times are you willing to strike out, before you hit your home run? May God bless you. May God keep you. This is the other word for today. How many times will you strike out before you hit your home runs? Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times. 1,330. And another added 30 in the World Series games. But he still hit 714 home runs. Don't give up. Especially don't give up on God. Love each and every last one of y'all. Y'all take care and God bless.